Alright, the next Canadian team most likely to win the Stanley Cup. Alright, so I got last cup and top player. The reason Vancouver and Winnipeg are lined out is because they have not won a cup. Calgary's last cup was 1989. Edmonton's last cup was 1991. Montreal, 1993. They're the last team to win a cup. Last Canadian team to win a cup. 1927 for Ottawa. Could be wrong. Correct me if that one. And then Toronto, 1967. Now I got top players here. I'm gonna go down to their top players. Top player. So we'll start off with the top player of Edmonton. Well, it's easy. Connor McDavid. Generational talent. He's the next generational since Crosby. He could be even better than Crosby. Right now, he probably is right now better than Crosby, but we have to see throughout his career if he's truly better than his skill is way better than what we've seen in the past drafts. And he's a top player. Honestly, top NHL player at this point. No one will most likely surpass him. Kucherov might. But that's from popular opinion. Next player. Next team, Ottawa. This is where we get into trouble. Their team, since they just got rid of their best player, Mark Stone is definitely probably their best player right now. Because I would say he's the youngest. He's the youngest on the team most likely right now. And he puts up points. He's he's a good player. But I don't think he's be staying in Ottawa anytime soon. They might get rid of him because he's on a impending contract. Next team, Montreal. He still is their best. Carey Price is still their best player, even though he's injury riddled and he had a bad season last year and put up numbers that everyone thinks he should be putting up. So we could all agree Carey Price is still their best player by a long shot. Well, Brendan Gallagher could challenge for that. Jonathan Drouin could definitely challenge for that. Shea Weber, I could put Shea Weber up there. People will agree, but when he was in Nashville, they would agree. The stage he's at right now, I don't see you putting Shea Weber unless they trade Carey Price up there. Calgary. How do I forget this? There we go. Jonathan Gaudreau. Or Johnny Gaudreau. He's the best 4th round pick. He's one of the best 4th round picks ever. He's one of their best player right now. You could say Noah Hanifin, but he's not fully into the NHL right now. Johnny Gaudreau, yeah, he's an all-star already, so you definitely know. And he's putting up points. Monahan can challenge for that. Matthew Tkachuk could definitely challenge for that. If he was a better player. And you can tell I don't like Matthew Tkachuk. Alright. So there's Vancouver, Winnipeg, and Toronto. I think Winnipeg's easy. Did not spell that right. One sec. Shay. I need to spell it out. Mark Scheifele. Blake Wheeler you can say, but Scheifele's the one that picks up points. Laine, not yet. To next year you could say Laine. Maybe halfway through this year. But I'm going to say Mark Scheifele right now, definitely. Laine's, you know what, you could put Laine up there and I wouldn't be like, why'd you put Laine up there? It's definitely Mark Scheifele. No, I put Mark Scheifele up there because he's got more experience. And plus, when Wheeler goes, it's most likely either Scheifele or Laine as captain. And I would like to see Scheifele with a C for at least 1 year if you're going to give to Laine. But yeah. Toronto. John Tavares. Do not spell that right. I cannot spell anybody's name. All I have to do is search John because... Never mind. Travares. That's supposed to be an E. That's not an E. John Tavares. Austin Matthews, you can put up there. I'm putting John Tavares because he's already led a team. They're not having a captain right now. He's already led a team. That's trash, but he's led a team. That's what's good. John Tavares definitely is a top player. It's their top player. The next, Vancouver. The reason I saved this for last is because they're my favorite team, and I wouldn't be biased, but B, there's two players that you can put here. I butchered his name. Bo Horvat, not Brock. Oh my god, I don't know why I'm doing this, but Brock Besser. I'm putting Bo Horvat up there right now because he has more leadership role. He's their next captain, most definitely the next captain. Brock Besser's the next assistant captain, most likely. Maybe. I'd like to see a defense with an A. So it's gonna be a battle for Pedersen, Besser, Hughes, Juolevi if he turns out. All right, let's get into the actual part of the video. Why did it take 7 minutes? All right. I just wanted to reveal because if I put him up there, I'd have to explain. So with alright, so I'll put the rating of the team. So the Canucks have a C- team. They're not contender ready, and if you say Vancouver's the next Canadian team to win the Stanley Cup, I would say, what are you thinking? One of these two teams have to win it before Vancouver does, and if not, then one of these two teams might have to fight Vancouver to do it. Ottawa, yeah, their team's not. It's D rated. I'll put an X if D. They're not gonna win the Stanley Cup. They're knocked out immediately. The Canadian team hasn't won a cup since 1993. That was Montreal. Montreal. I put C-, cause, well, if I'm putting them C-, at least Vancouver has the pieces. That's what I'll put C. C- is what they got. Drouin, they got Gallagher. They got a bunch of good players, but two of their top are injured. The two top players injured for a lot of the season. So C- is what I'd have them at if they had Price without Weber. If they had Weber without Price. They need a new goaltender, definitely, and don't come to Thatcher Demko. We're keeping him. Next, Calgary. B-. They're not gonna win a cup. Not yet. Just wait 1 more year. After what they did last year, they need to at least insert themselves into the playoffs and a second round, most likely, to show that, hey, we can win a cup. They don't have to win the cup right now, and especially with Vegas and stuff, they have to at least make it. You got a tough division. You got Montreal, Montreal. You got Edmonton, Vegas, Anaheim, San Jose, LA, all contending. And then you got Vancouver and Arizona sitting there like, we'll watch you guys. Alright, next team, Edmonton. B+. No, after the season they had last year, they're not going to win. They're B+, if you can't see the plus there. Edmonton's a B+ team. They need defense, and they need a goaltender. Unless Talbot steps up again, like how he did in the beautiful run they had to the second round, and then got Ottawa had a better run. The next team. Next two teams, Winnipeg and Toronto. You could even, I'd put like A+ for Toronto. I'd even put an A+ for Toronto. They're the next two. Those are one of the two teams to win. Toronto, I would put an A, and I would put a maybe. I'd put a maybe. Yes, there we go. Because the competition they have to get through to get to the Stanley Cup final is horrendous. Tampa, Boston, Florida's coming in, and if Ottawa rebuilds and even makes the playoffs, you never know. Winnipeg, they have the Central Division, which is probably the second hardest division. Chicago, who's normally not, yeah, they're probably Chicago, Minnesota, Nashville. But when you're at the top of that, they'll definitely make the playoffs this year. And Blake Wheeler's going to help with that re-signing. They keep their captain, Bart Scheifele, and Tavares. John Tavares is a Toronto Maple Leaf. That's why I have them at an A+. John Tavares. You can get through their Swift CSD, but remember, they had 105 points. The record of Toronto points in a season, with that 2 people, or 1.5 good defensemen. If they get, Timothy Liljegren. Basically, I'm saying, when Timothy Liljegren comes out, watch out for Toronto. If I had to pick between a team who would win the Stanley Cup, Toronto. Even though the last cup was 1967. Who cares? In 1967, I wasn't even alive in there, and then it was like 30 years before, so 1967, you could scratch that right out. No one will really care about that, right? No. They have nobody from 1997 on the team right now. Yeah, no one. I don't know what I was thinking there. Nobody. Scratch that right out. Toronto is an A+ team. They could win the Stanley Cup. And John Tavares is a Toronto Maple Leaf. My choice is definitely Toronto all the way. That's why I cheer for them nowadays. If you enjoyed this video and liked me ranting about Canadian teams, I'll even give you my honest opinion about Canadian teams in an upcoming video. I'll do that tomorrow. I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye. Alright, because I forgot. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.